Hi, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for tuning in. I am not a part of the debates in any way today. I am just technical support. I'm actually in Accra, where I am providing technical support to the team in I'm providing technical support to the team in Freetown. Right now, we are broadcasting from Freetown. And there are people in the hall who are waiting to start the debate. The reason why you cannot hear sound at this moment is because they are muted. We don't want you to hear anything that you don't need to hear. so, yeah, I'm just here to provide technical support on the back end. My team of producers are in the studio at Lagunda, and I am here making sure that your voices are heard, your questions are asked, and once the debate gets started in Freetown, you will hear sound from Freetown. I don't control the program today. The program is, like I said, happening from Freetown, so we expect to be fully underway, I believe, at 5:30. So in 15 minutes, the debates will commence. If you're just joining us, please let us know why you're watching, why this debate is important to you, and where you're tuning in from. It'd be really great to see Sierra Leoneans gathered from all over the world to watch Freetown's potential mayoral candidates, but potential mayor talk about their vision for the city, answer to your questions, and connect with you. I think that this conversation is really important because it increases the interface between citizens and their elected representatives. Some people say debates don't matter, but I think that in a democracy, it's really important for people who want to lead to be able to engage and talk to the people who they want to serve and lead. So thank you for tuning in. Today's debate is brought to you by SierraEye Magazine and the Institute for Legal Reform, Legal Research, Advocacy, and Justice. Now, the non-putsi camera pami one, and I'll be waledi camera de pami. Anyways, like I said, thank you for tuning in. Wherever you're watching from, I am not actually a part of the debate. I'm just technical producer of today's live stream. You can watch this debate live on Twitter. You can also watch it on YouTube, and you can watch it on Facebook. And you can also watch it on Star TV. So this link is actually also going out on television in Sierra Leone. Like I said, thank you for joining us. We're really excited that you're here. The debate will officially start in 12 minutes. So at 5:30, what you can do right now is get yourself some water, drink water, go bring water, maybe get yourself some popcorn. This might be very entertaining. And if there are questions you would like to ask the candidates, this is the right time for you to write them down. Also, yeah, I'm having to engage you. I don't want you to get bored and leave. So I felt like this is an unscripted part of the program. This is an unscripted part of today's program. I'm not supposed to be here. So yeah, I'm just waiting for them to live. It's very common for live streams, no matter where they are, for the live stream to go live before the program actually starts, because they want to make sure that everybody who is needed, and that people, sometimes it takes people some time to join the conversation online. So if you're watching, one thing you could help do right now is share this link on your WhatsApp group, share this link on your Facebook, share it on your Twitter, wherever you feel like people are gathered that they need to be a part of this conversation for Freetown Decides. Please share it with them so that we can have as many people. I'm reading comments from James Cisse. James Cisse says, hello, Freetown. Please, I'm asking all Freetonians to watch and decide your vote. This is not about an individual, but for our city to be on the map. Thank you for dropping that comment, James. Mohammed Dumbuya says, unfortunate that Gento is the candidate for the SLPP, decided to punk out of this debate. Gross disrespect to the voters in Freetown. We definitely don't want to make this about any one candidate. You know, people have to decide for themselves, right? Like SierraEye and ILRAJ can't force anybody to do anything. Any candidate who has decided not to participate, it's their choice, it's their rights. We don't fault them for not wanting to do so. I'm looking for other comments. Oh, thank you to everybody joining from all over the world. You know, Sierra Leoneans in Dubai, in the US, in Makeni, my mother's hometown, from the USA, in Maryland, from the UK, from Bantamokale, Southern Sierra Leone. Love that. I'm glad that you have the internet to join this conversation. You know, Sarafina says that it's good to hear from our elected officials and engage them before we elect them. I totally agree. It's really, really important. Thank you for Hawana Tunoa, who is tuning in live from the city of Paris, one of my favorite cities, though it's not as nice as Freetown. Let's be honest. It's not as nice as Freetown. Thank you to Lamine, who's joining us from Kabbalah. Abu says he has his popcorn ready in Bowie, Maryland. That's right around the area where I grew up in Landover, pretty close. Eid Banks is watching from Qatar. Thank you for joining us. Today's debate is made possible by ILRAJ, SierraEye Magazine. I also believe that AfriCell is one of our sponsors, and of course, Mercury International. Mohammed Kamara says, I want to hear from the candidates themselves about their packages for Freetown so that I can decide on whom to vote come June 24th. Thank you for that comment, Mohammed. Sayo Conta says, good day, everyone. This election is not about talking, but what you can deliver. We are tired of talking. You're tired of talking, however, you're leaving a comment. Thank you, Sayo, that though you're tired of talking, you're still talking here today. We appreciate your voice. Abdullah Fuad Bangura says, Freetown Decide is our future. Is Gento going to participate? Is this ongoing debate? Thank you, Vicky Romeo. I think he meant Ramo, for keeping us busy this evening, as I truly admire you on social media. Thank you, thank you, thank you, though this is not about me. I had no plans to be on air today. I'm just supposed to be providing support on the back end, and I believe we're going to go live in 8 minutes, as it's 5:22. I really wanted to see my candidates participate in this debate, Mr. Mohamed Gento Kamara, but sadly, he's into something else right now. I also wish you could have heard your candidate debate tonight, but if he's not here, it's not because he wasn't invited. May God bless Madam Aki Sawyer. May God bless Freetown and Sierra Leone. Thank you, Cecil Cole, for that comment. And thank you to Joannis Moses Thomas, who's joining us from Senegal. I hope things have calmed down there. I heard that there were some protests and some people died yesterday after the verdict from the court. Where are the representatives, please? Anita is impatient. They're here. I mean, not here. I'm in Ghana. The representatives are in Freetown in Lagunda. They'll be getting on stage in about 7 minutes. Vicky, what about presidential debates? When? I am in no place to tell you anything about a future presidential debate. Again, maybe that's a question that SierraEye might answer. I have no idea. I have been seeing on the newspapers a photo of President Bio and Dr. Samura Kamara that said presidential debates coming soon, but they've not set a date. I don't actually know if there will be a debate. What I do know from the past is that in 2007, there was a presidential debate. At the time, the SLPP party did not participate. So it was every other party but SLPP in 2007. In 2018, there was a presidential debate. All the candidates participated. So I can't tell you if if there will be a debate this time. But I'm telling you that in the past, we've had debates where everybody participated and other times when it was just some candidates. James Sisse has a comment. James Sisse says, firstly, he's answering the question, why is this debate important to you? And James Sisse says, firstly, it provides an opportunity for the candidates to articulate their visions and policies to the public and show their understanding of the issues affecting the locality. I totally agree. Bakish Ja wants to know, Vicky Ramo, the debate, will it be in our local language or in English? I actually do not know. I believe it'll be in English because it's being moderated by Umaru Fofana. Last time I checked, he was the, Umaru Fofana of BBC, Focus on Africa. So expect English. That's what I expect. However, if they decide to speak Creole, I guess it's their choice. Akindele Decker says, great. Who's Akindele is my friend and an author who I greatly admire. He says, great to see debates like this happening in Sierra Leone, in the Sierra Leone electorate. Gives candidates the opportunity to debate on the issues. Thank you, Akindele. To be mayor of Freetown is not about local international space for proactive projects and achievements. I really want Gento to be in this room. Yvonne Akisoya is already at Lagunda. I see. Thank you for that. Abinti Mansira says, the accusation of Gento not being able to express himself will come to an end today. If na lie, lie param, we go come no. Mabinti, please, I beg. When I don't make a laugh, this is a serious thing. Please don't. I don't let anybody make joke. Please, please. I don't want jokes. I'm sorry. I do not want any jokes tonight. Please do not comment anything funny. Thank you very much. Nancy, no more comments from you. Thank you. That's all I have to say. First of all, welcome to all the women. Welcome to all the women who are commenting. I love to have women raising their voice, and I'm glad to see so many of you participating in this conversation today. As you know, the majority of Sierra Leoneans are women, 51% of the population, and the highest number of registered voters are women, not men. Awana Tanoa says, I beg for a free and fair election, as this election is very tough since I knew about election in Salone. That's right, this election is probably, I feel like this is the most tightly contested mayoral election that we've ever seen. We have two very well-known, very loved, very respected candidates leading the two major political parties, and also their independent candidates who are participating. Matter of fact, this is a great time for me to tell you some of the other candidates who are participating in today's debate. So participating in today, also running for mayor is Madame Sire Kaba, who's running as an independent candidate. So she is not representing any of the parties that we usually know. Today, of course, we're expecting the immediate pass of the All People's Congress. She'll be participating in today's debates. We're also expecting Barry Sharif of the National Democratic Alliance. We are going to be starting in 3 minutes. So if you haven't had your comments read, this is the time to do that. I can see on my screen that the candidates are coming up to the stage. So in 2 minutes, you will be able to see our candidates are coming onto the screen. I can see them now. Everybody's moving in. Umaru's at the podium. And when it gets down to 1 minute, you will see a counter. I will immediately go off screen. You will not hear from me or see me anymore. But to everybody who's tuned in, thank you so much for supporting this space. Thank you for helping us to enhance the space for
with the inaugural edition held in January is the avowed desire of the organizers of this event, SierraEye Magazine and ILRAJ, alongside their partners, to continue with this culture and make it a permanent feature in the governance system of Sierra Leone. Holding debates is good for many reasons. Most significantly, I believe, it is an alternative to violence. It is the closest you can have to the rule of law, in which case you go before the courts. And even before a judge, the lawyers argue for the attention of the president of the court. That is a debate of sort. But unlike the courts, the SierraEye debate does not give a verdict or a ruling. We leave that up to our audience, be they live or virtual. Holding debates for people running for public office is even more significant, not least because it engenders scrutiny, accountability by the people of those who they want to entrust their future with. A former president of Kosovo, Atifet Jahajaga, said, and I quote, "When there is information, there is enlightenment. When there is a debate, there are solutions. When there is no accountability, there is abuse, corruption, subjugation, and indignation," unquote. And we all know that indignation has a proclivity to breed violence. So much for anyone who is wondering whether a debate for people running for public office is necessary or not. For our debate tonight, we have 5 of those running to become Mayor of Freetown, Sierra Leone's capital and its largest metropolis, in exactly 3 weeks from today. For the records, the SierraEye Debate Committee contacted in writing and on the telephone all 8 candidates in the race, and that was weeks before the date was publicized. Of those 8, 6 are running under political parties, while 2 are contesting as independent candidates. The 3 who have not been able to join us tonight cited varied excuses ranging from being indisposed, clash of engagements, and personal reasons. We thought that in the interest of good democratic practices, respect for the people of Freetown, and our commitment to consistency, we had to go ahead with the debate regardless. Freetown is a naturally beautiful place with a very rich history. The long strip of land that is sandwiched by a range of mountains and the Atlantic Ocean is a beauty to behold. But beneath that veneer lie huge challenges. Some of them the business of the central government, some others the domain of the municipality. It is that dichotomy, some would call it check, that has sometimes brought about friction between the 2 state entities. To talk about how to navigate that maze to make Freetown better, finding solutions to the innumerable challenges confronting Freetown, and why we should vote for them later this month, I'm joined by the following. Lillian Kamara is the mayoral candidate for the Revolutionary United Front Party. Lillian, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Can we give her a round of applause, please? SierraEye Kaba is an independent candidate. Kasim Hunter is the mayoral candidate for the UDM, United Democratic Movement. Thank you. Yvonne Akisoya is the All People's Congress Party candidate for Mayor of Freetown. And we are expecting Mr. Ibrahim Sanko of the ADP any moment from now, he has assured us. And he was here for the rehearsals 2 days ago. Before we get to the debate proper, just to inform us, the meeting with the candidates on Thursday, it was unanimously agreed that we would hold this session in both English and Creole. I also wish to state that the live audience in this hall would have a chance to ask questions. Additionally, we also ask the public to send in their questions through an email address that we publicized. I will endeavor to put some of those questions to the candidates. We have a very reliable and dependable timekeeper, Awusu Koroma. He's in the audience. This might help me make sure that we are even. The duration of the debate will be 90 minutes. and it will have 5 parts. Part 1. Part 1 will allow each candidate to introduce or talk about themselves for 1 minute. Part 2 will have them present a brief of the agenda they have to improve Freetown. In other words, why should anybody vote for them on the 24th of June? For that, I will give each candidate 5 minutes. In part 3, I will ask them questions based on their core issues or any issues I believe affect Freetown. That will allow each candidate 3 minutes, and I will ask follow-up questions. Part 4 will entertain questions from the live audience here and will last for 25 minutes, including answers. Part 5 will take questions we have received electronically and will last for 15 minutes. Candidates are free to challenge themselves on issues raised by one of them, any one of them in fact, and the candidate challenged will have time to respond. Any candidate against whom an allegation is made will be given 1 minute to respond. So I move to the first part of the questions. And I will set the ball rolling by asking each of the candidates to tell us about themselves in 1 minute. I will start with Madam Siri.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is SierraEye Kabala, born and raised in the magazine community, Dovecot to be precise, attended Dovecot North School, St. John's Primary and Methodist Girls School, and then later relocated to the United States for further study. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kasim?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kasim Conte, born and raised at East Brooklyn, around 7th Street. Attended the later went to Conodi Street, attended the Roman Catholic Primary School, up to the government secondary school for boys, Maboka. Later went to the Jala University College. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lillian Kamara, born in Kenema District, attended the HRSS Secondary School. Later, stay in Freetown. I'm a caterer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yvonne?
Good evening again, Yvonne Aki-Sawyer. I was also born in Freetown at PCMH Hospital. Schooled here, went to university here, and then went where I got a degree in economics, master's in international relations. I'm a chartered accountant who's been passionate about Sierra Leone all my life. So I campaigned against the trade in blood diamonds. I went on to start SLWT, which has worked with children for 2 decades now. During the Ebola outbreak, I decided to come and volunteer and be a part of that response, which led to me running the post-Ebola recovery program. And that's where my passion and belief that I could make a difference in the city, principally because of sanitation concerns, and then because of and also because of environmental concerns, led me to run for office in 2018. I have served as the mayor of the city from 2018 to February of this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Masuri, I will let you tell me why somebody could vote for you. What's in your platform? What do you stand on? What are your reasons for running for mayor of Freetown?
Reasons for where I belong for Mayor of Freetown. One, being born and raised in a Dovecot. Former Wenu Dovecot was not the most filthiest community in the city of Freetown. And so, born, the only mayor we have done admired Akibo Bet since after Akibo Bet in time, the city not ever clean up again. So looking at all the struggles, the sanitation, flooding, the dirty, everything make myself no say. This is about time we all need to reach out and come out for contest election, for take over the city and change them, especially when it comes to sanitation, deeper drainage system, cleaning of all the streets, lights and everything, because right now we city look like a deprived village. So I believe, say, with me, we come on board for Corona, the city of Freetown mayor, will make more changes than what the city look like right now.
And how you plan to achieve that?
I plan to achieve that, one, with the waste in Freetown. For example, I can give Bome. Bome, we can do the landfill there, where we can create jobs for youths there and other people in the city. With the landfill, they have a system called the Coventa system. Even with that, we can create more jobs. With the Coventa, you can change energy into gas, where you can even get gas light, a clean energy light in the city of Freetown. So even with everyday blackout, with the Coventa system, we can able to create waste to process and forget proper gas. And secondly, we can keep the city clean. Communities then, we they do broom brigade, whereby they give the whole community, picking mama, papa, everybody can come on board the first 90 days. We clean them, we sweep, show say yes, we love the city. Then, with Freetown, it's education. Because all the other countries, they go there, they begin to teach people from where we the nursery, how for clean. So we do planning will be part of schooling, for teach them within do not litter. So we put dirty box in every corner of the city of Freetown. And we put a billboard where they show the difference between trash and recycle. Then we're supposed to get a recycle farm, whereby if they recycle, from their recycle, we can get metal, or they get a metal farm, even for make iron rod, we will even become cheaper for people and for build hoops. And it's possible continue for trade of tea. In the final, because what we country like is consistency. The way they start, but then they finish. You can start cleaning 1-2 months, the third month, you see the cleaning stop. So with consistency, I believe so we could change the city of Freetown with dirty, especially with sanitation. And I'm ready for work with SLRA and any city in government, follow we change the city of Freetown. That's why I came as an independent candidate.
Thank you very much. Now, because I want the candidates to feel relaxed and be seated, chances are that if I stand up, they will keep standing up. So I'm going to sit down, so I keep them seated, yeah? Each of them here is potentially our next mayor, so we better start respecting them. So next I'll go to Kasim. Kasim, why do you think say anybody can vote for you? Waiting by your strength, what you offer to the people of Freetown?
Mr. Umaru and fellow Sierra Leonean, I believe say it would be nice for people to vote for me because I would be in place for transform Freetown. In a sense, Freetown for now, this I can tell you for real, a really painful, as I can say. And that because sickness, people they get malaria, people they get typhoid fever because the country, the city dirty. For example, if you go now places like this Bome or this Kington Bome, where you go to them places again, you know, we let people live in that area. And you see people live there comfortably. These are places where they need for transfer. Pull on the side and they pull this Bome transfer far off. But that will be only done if the help of the government, the central government, because I know just grab no more. I say I will do this. If the central government will come together with them. Then again, for example, people get so much of confrontation at the main street than like Abacha Street, where you go there, not easy for lepers to pass here and that. Where they drive Abacha Street, you will not say yes. The marketing section need for transform, need for be transformed. If the market don't in Abacha Street, then no side you want to carry the pass. Not easy for the people here. The one way they drive, the one way even they pass for go do businesses. Not easy for you. Then again, Again, areas in where I believe say the city council need for put hand, therefore put on very seriousness, and I believe say me will be the right person because me come on at the area like this as I begin telling on earlier say I come on down East Book Lane that influenced me more for like going to this mayorship. And an area where you go there, you know, we believe say people live in that area. Now let me come out. I go look for if me be mayor for transform the area in the like East Book Lane, you go down, I don't know how to call it, by Connaught Hospital under one side by Connaught Hospital under where people in the live, you know, descent for the people in live in that area at all.
So you go pull them, come out there?
Yeah, with the help of city council, me ready for pulling. I can assure that.
In exchange for waiting?
Well, it depends. In the central government, that's the most important now. With the help of the central government, because single-handedly or as a central mayorship, I don't believe me go able to do that. Why is the help of the central government? Again, Mr. Umaru Fofana tell you, you go to the streets of Freetown, you see vehicles and park, broke down. Yeah, these are the rights and the duty of the city council for remove them vehicle and if only all what they talk are they based on the central government, if they will come to one. If the central government will come to one with the local government for remove them vehicle there from the street because all they cause traffic. Especially when this level season long council. Now I believe Senate will be the right person for doing things with the help of the central government and youths. We need to empower youths. These are jobs that we have believe say do them within in place for do. If only youths them, they employ youths them, and they side and then open place and the city council employ youths them for let them go open at their side and it will be very nice. And me will be because I believe say well. I get connection with the youth as far as the city is concerned. I get connection with the youth. That will be more easier. That's all for now.
Thank you very much. Well, clap for Andrea. Madam Ibon Akisoya, why I for vote for you, or why people inside Freetown for vote for the mayor? What thing you get for offer?
Okay, so thank you. I don't get the privilege for work in the city for the last 5 years. And the way how I do, we call it an inclusive approach. So I start, and I tell them, I say, the first thing they drive me, na sanitation. It's easy for people to forget. In 2018, we had the coming as mayor, Dr. been there outside. We not been get where we sweep the streets every day. Then I said, things the way we don't bring in. But of course, the other thing where I need to remember everybody is that I don't come out of that office from the 28th of February. So for the last 3 months, me not to be in the mayor. So talking also something where if you those are like bridge, you go build bridge January, June the bridge go today. But if you stop for sweep February, June the city go dirty. Just for let people then get that adjustment. Coming to me for the mayor, because the approach that it take to the city problem now one-way comprehensive. We go first having we own idea for a community for progress for Freetown, then having a slogan for the election. We go meet the people of Freetown in August and September of 2018. We engaged 15,000 Freetonians then in 322 focus groups. And then we get sessions then with technical people as well. Because we say, no, we'll just do the bottom-up approach. Then we take also the top down. Then we meet the technical people then, the private sector, the government people then, the different MDAs, as well as the international development partners, because something we want to do, the money all over the inside council. So out of that process, now we develop Transform Freetown, where they look all the challenge of the city. You can't just take one side because everything we do, they affect something else. Sanitation affected by urban planning, by lack of building permit, health affected by water. So we take comprehensive. So Transform Freetown gets 4 clusters. Number 1, resilience. Inside there, you get 3 priority sectors. The first one, environmental management, because this question of the city, this with geography, make we very vulnerable. If you look then reports, they will tell you, say, Salone and Freetown in particular, now one of the most vulnerable to climate change. So the number one priority under resilience will be environmental management. Number two, urban planning and housing. Waiting at the issues around that. Number three, revenue mobilization. Because anything you want to do as a city, you forget money. Who signed that money, they come out. When I came in as mayor in 2017, 7 billion, 9 billion being the own source revenue account will generate. By the time I left in 2022, I mean 35 billion. Now we'll be able to generate from the changes that we will make. So that are the first one, resilience. The second one, you have to look at people then, human development. And ultimately we do under human development, we say we get to look at education, we get to look at job creation, skills development, then job creation with the focus on tourism. Then number four, inside there, persons with disability. We move from there now with third cluster we call a healthy city. Wait till we look on a healthy city. Health, the PHUs them where they on that we, and other health matters where you can bring at the community level to public health. Then you get water. Not to person that we mandate to, and this is something very, very important for letting people understand. When it comes to water in the city, GUMA, now in the organization, we're responsible for water. But since we get a mandate for community concerns as a whole, we also put water for work with GUMA on water. And then the third one, sanitation, where we all don't talk about, but a lot of something about sanitation. Sanitation not to events. Sanitation are systems and processes. You need to start, first of all, with behavior change, where colleagues and don't talk about. Dirty, I can always say to Freetonians, dirty not come on a sky for them. Now any dirty within our ground, now one Freetonian and I put on day. But how you did change behavior? We introduce things in the cleaner zone competition, sanitation hotline, we do enforcement, different things that we're not going to, but you get to work right across the sanitation value chain. When you don't go from behavior, you say, okay, collecting the dirty, who's how you collect the dirty? You get a public space. When I make now today or before I left office, you will see people and they clean the street. You sweep the street every single day. But you also get to say households. When I come into office, we only get 8,000 households where we register with POSI for letting collect and dirty. Now we don't reach almost 50,000 because we bring the tricycle groups and come inside. We strengthen that side of household waste collection. When you collect the dirty, you say dirty to go. We get so many illegal dump sites. We begin close illegal dump sites, convert them into green spaces. If you think along Congo Cross, once outside of the sea, plants now, that used to be an illegal dump site. We get similar ones across the city. But moving on very quickly beyond that, you get to think about recycling. Waste energy, they actually happen today. If you go to Susan's Bay next week, you go meet, say, the biodigester will begin to operate. We start to take the dirty from Hagan Street Market and turn on to electricity where they light Susan's Bay. That pilot will extend. Okay, but the final thing, the landfill. You forget landfill. But the landfill, not a small thing. $20 million will be raised. We mean be part of that process with the World Bank. But the issue is the land. But that site is not possible. Get a site in Hastings. When I come back, we go build them.
We'll get chance for a bit more of this. But I'm just a bit curious, and maybe we'll come next, I'm going to ask you, because the point was, what do you plan to do? Is that the things the way you try to do in the past, and then you have to continue to do? Because the question was, what do you plan to do if you are elected? But I come to you later on that.
Okay.
Like come to
5 more to do.
Like come to Lillian.
Yes.
Lillian, why do you think Silver vote for you? What do you stand for? What do you want in the future?
As I stand for being a mayor to be, I get passion for business as a seminar in I do business. 80% of men in our Freetown, when I would take care of the homes, picking them, and we rely on business. So the challenge is where we go to a market. We don't get a better marketplace for do business, for the strength. So me one come in for being a mayor, for now build a peace market so that we go to do business there. Man them and woman them, because not so we no more they do business. That's now one. Because look like the peace markets, they don't sell the. We don't know who that sell the. you look at that big building where you see, I mean, for market, they don't sell and now it's a dwelling place. So really, woman, they will suffer for marketplace. So then I want to make I want become a mayor, who are able to take care of that particular situation. The second one, now water. We just drink for water. We begin to collect now 3 o'clock, just for them to get access to water. Some people they even late for go school. So if me become a mayor, I dey work with Guma, for we able for make every area get water, pump as well as water well. So people don't go dey suffer, they don't go dey late for go. Another one, I make I want be a mayor. If God help me and be a mayor, and the road construction. Now you see say the road, the way how they construct the road, is because one flooding. Because some road now we started the water passage the road. Only dirty come, it can block. You know they get in way. They build houses in there. So when heavy rain come, it cause problem. People they live inside there, you know the difference between the gutter and the streets. And there's a difference. Another one, and the garage where they build and the streets all over Freetown, or in the corner where you pass, the garage they see. All corner get garage. And that's because traffic. So if I become a mayor, I go put a stop to that. We say garage for day, and day motorcade for day for the make motorcade. For make park, we say for the make motorcade. Not to all corner forget garage. That is train we when we go to our homes or for come for work, because always traffic day. Another one, and the school picking them. The school compound, the kindoti. First time they see the sanitary, they go host to host, and then schools them, they check for dirty, for toilets, but that's not happen now. And that they affect the community. If they make sickness the boku, show this dirty. Sickness the boku, like this typhoid. What do they make people they get on because of dirty? Now they cause that. So I go take care of that situation for the school picking them more, for they go down school to school, for check for dirty. If the schools are clean, then the food the way they can go to school, if it's okay for them, I will put that in place. So that's some of the things that that's what we will stand for.
Thank you very much. Since we still get some of the 5 minutes, so no, it's obvious. I just want to ask you about this peace market where you still have for bill.
Yeah.
You know clearly we stand at Freetown to accommodate more markets because Freetown, the land, if I like say land, all done. Now the bill and the water more left now.
Yeah, center of Freetown, don't get space again for bill. But certain areas in there, we go the market for build a peace market. Even if they don't build structures, we will ask the people in for move. Then we will find a place for them for build the houses.
Yes, they do.
Because things cannot the market. Let's go there for build market.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lillian. So the next part now is I've been actually put some things together, some talking points, some areas of discussion, but interestingly, all those things are more or less popped up naturally by themselves. So I'm gonna try to zero in on them now. One thing that I have here is the issue of solid waste management. And I'm gonna start with the outgoing mayor. Are you pleased with the way you managed solid waste in Freetown during your tenure?
Yeah, I really, really think we don't put into place a comprehensive system. As I say, dirty collection or dirty waste management is not an event, now really system. And we get system, we don't face challenges. I mean, that is clear. From, as I say, when we do the cleaner zone competition, I remember with so much joy when we make this competition at community level, where everybody, we come, we assess, we take the photos them of before and after, over a 6-month period. All communities, that's when they mobilize because they know so they will get prize. Would I get water well, solar light? Would I get tank? Would I get scholarship for picking them? It really, it canalized the idea, say, the community for clean. But you know, waiting at the missing element in some of these things, finance. So at that time, we do have successfully 2019. 2020, I just been a look with revenue. 2020 the year where the Ministry of Local Government stopped it from collecting property rates. And therefore that year, they will not be able to pay the prices for the cleaner zone competition. That day it can get stalled. Then, never mind, we still continue with community engagement, talking to people, say we even bring chiefs them come on board and get and say, we're not getting power for fine. So the idea say you get to think through and make people then change their attitude to dirty. Now something where we really don't establish, but it takes internalization. And I tell you, change does not come overnight. Even in countries that decided to stop litter. I was in the UK in the 80s when they do non-litter campaigns. It take time and it take resources. Me the day in our meetings, I didn't have a place like I was also inside building. You go see person drink water and then cup. Believe you me, Umaru, and they drop on the ground. Even indoors. So we have to work on that, and then are we all responsibility.
I remember when we been there together around Lumley Police Station. On a cleaning Saturday, somebody drinks water, throw it, and you run after her.
That's what they only tell that. But what they say is they take investment, they take commitment, but that's something where you get for no say they take time. You know, it happen overnight. Then you come to this question of the household waste collection. If you ask in this room here, let people then put show of hands, who that they collect them dirty for them, who that then they pay, because dirty is expensive. Sanitation is expensive. That vehicle needs fuel. The person needs salary. When you talk about sanitary inspectors, at the moment, council there 589 staff. The monthly bill just before I left was 600 million. It just increased to 800 million because of increments we happened for the first time in 15 years. 800 million leons, not to picking money. So to add additional staff, we add 50 Met Police. Why? For sanitation enforcement. So the concepts are very clear. We have really mapped them out. You talk about the household waste collection. Now, over 1,500 young people there now, they get employment from dirty collection. And then they actually do them as a business. So in this room, how many of you now know who that they collect on dirty? Some man they make like for say they know. Some man knows say they don't know. Some man knows say they dirty, now gutter than the even a net. So these are the challenges. We built transfer stations, which were never operationalized. But I know say 5 more to do more, they will be operationalized. Okay. And I say we're there in the process for build recycling capability. So I'm very, very satisfied. Say the systems are in place. Systems can be sabotaged, than a fact, but as long as you don't map out the system, it can be reinstated, reinstituted, and the people can be energized for let we all fit this dirty together.
Thank you very much. Now, SierraEye, you agree if we say Freetown waste management has been satisfactory inside the last 5 years?
No.
Why not?
I'm very shocked with the former mayor, they say that just these 3 months the city dirty so. When they say the dirty, even Bokopa is a human being in the country. So I'm kind of shocked. Because one, the reason is I don't clean Boku markets there. To name, Dove Court. I cleaned Dove Court. I never seen dirty in my entire life. So we use 814 trucks. Each trucks make 15 loads of trash, dirty. This not tell to. Last month back, I cleaned Lumley Market.
Now, in the say from February to now, not so in.
No,
they disagree. So
I don't they clean. Now they say so. I make a shock. If you be watch me, I will reach that part. Yeah. Because thing do, this is not even about February. I tell you, but before February, we clean Lumley Market. The cobweb there inside. They hang at the market to manifest the dirty don't kick. It's all like when they say crowd. Lumley Market. At your Bombay Street, because you know the community they were come out. That dump truck, then the left city council, that dump truck, they go there and pass how many days? They made a picture even with Lumley, this main Lumley Market here. Then another one. You go Kawiad, it's sad. And other place they don't go buy with food, they will eat. The dirty, na Dove Court. If you're to their born, I will say I no go there again. We go Peace Market off New Road. The dirty, the worst. These are the markets that we don't clean. So not to February markets and they talk about so, not to this new dirty. These are the old dirty that they really talk about so. Not a new one, no. So this are the new dirty and they talk about so. These are the, so to me, I think say the Freetown municipality, it fail with big time when it comes to sanitation. Because why? Like when Madam Akisaya say, it on the Europe. If they bring what we learn from outside, we can try for Brianka. Dirty box. I'm not saying no dirty box na any corner of the street of Freetown. No dirty box. Then cyclists, the way that they talk about, you're not even back again at the street because I don't know if they recheck with the councillors there, whether then they work or not. Hearing that the people that they clean dirty, like pay a massage that we they pay for clean dirty. That's it out of Freetown, the salon clean Freetown. Clean Freetown.
Clean salon.
Clean salon.
They are worst. Because the reason why I say so, they not even get tired, but the way you see them, they all look, I don't know how to describe them. They get white yellow, no more than they wear. The way they put on their rest bag, if you didn't pay attention, you still go catch them at the next person in drive. Now then they go see where you go. So like everything in order. So to me, sanitation is 0-0 when it comes to this Freetown. Freetown are the most filthiest city. Even when you go upline, they cannot, when I go upline, go Canada for the first time in January, you feel that they're at the city. You feel that they're at the city. You go.
All right. We'll probably come to you later on. Yes, Kasim. The solid waste management of Freetown. What's your satisfaction level and how you plan for improvement? Because this is one thing I can assure now, when we give the email out, a lot of the questions, when they come via email, they raise the issue of sanitation and this solid waste management. What do you think?
Mr. Omar, on a very serious note, no two ways about it, Freetown. No, to be real, Freetown dirty. Because we have people where they work, they park motoka in waka. We watch the city of Freetown. If you don't travel, they discourage. Madam Sire, they talk about this clean salon, clean. In fact, 80 to 90% of them were in that money. Yeah, if they go for go clean you, if they go for go take your dirty teeth back. Ultimately, the measure this not don't happy to me, and these not people the way they pay. These
Sorry,
are
Kasima, you come by that percentage because some of these guys are young guys where they do a very
good job.
not very decent looking job, but a very honest, dignified job.
not honest. Not honest. Ultimately, they talk so. I don't get complaint. Of course, like Maria, the complaint, the countless. Because most of the things that happen in Maria, they contact me. People they take an out, say, Mayor, I just take out. You don't understand? Yes. You don't understand? So, like, any two happen, something of the sort, they lodge complaint to me. You don't understand? Based on the kind of people in the area. Right? They're not honest. This I can tell you for real. They're honest. This Freetown like out of dirty. When at the worst time is we go see Freetown dirty one when the season. When you park motor car, you make like you waka, you didn't know the difference between the gutter and the street. Then I can tell you what I believe say anybody there I can tell. If I people in the broke their food themselves, do that. Because some man can mistake mass the things in the ground, they put it inside the gutter.
Many years ago, sorry, Kasi, many years ago, there was a Minister of Health. I don't forget his name. We get a program on the television. No, mommy, I don't forget. But anyway, the point that they make is, in say, Freetown no dirty, na dirty de Freetown.
Okay.
What's I belong in that?
Well, now we the people now we don't see the Freetown.
So that's the point.
And we the people away don't see Freetown, we not get way forget that this dirty here. We not the because if we dirty, then we get way forget that the dirty. Something will be very easy. How the dirty the day, that's where they end.
So what you go do for ensure that?
Well, I would try me away.
Which way? Which way? Which way? Huh? Which way?
Well, we get let. You see me. As I talk, I will always embark on the central government because our finance is not the problem. You don't understand. As Madam Akiswa talk, finance is not the problem. Because with this for clean the city back, we need finance.
But how you not go think say the most sustainable thing for doing for try for generate your own revenue? How you the plan for make sure say you want clean the town, you need money. How you they get the money? Not all you go look up to the central government for do.
Well, from city council, I will generate the revenue.
How?
From city council, there are many ways. Maybe you don't have the pay tax, so city council will ask me for. Even that local person who they sell pepper in the market, they pay tax. That's I believe so all know that. That woman when they sell pepper, they pay tax. They pay alcohol and tickets. You don't understand. Market be fine. So with that revenue, they feel correct. You understand? They go far for clean the city.
All right, thank you very much. I'm going to ask you one question, but I think I can ask. I'm going to ask Lily this question. Lillian, this waste management key and the issue of money for clean the town don't come up. Why I want for you tell me how you plan for clean the town? I want to ask you whether you consider for increased market dues. Then they pay 1,000 now, is that right?
Yeah,
If
1,000.
you go and charge them 5,000 for like get more money, it will keep at 1,000.
No,
They will say about me.
I go still, it will still remain as how it is because then they get better profit. It will affect the traders. This market where the price don't go up, not to markets where they sell, where they get better profit. Because from most of you go buy them, the price is up. So when you come for can sell, unless you add the price. So if you pay market due, you don't need to pay higher than what you usually pay.
So I go address the solid waste management and Freetown.
Well, the first thing I go do, I go try for join with them plastic company then for let we work. At least.
How?
Being that now they pay people for pick plastic and street, they transform it into other things, they use them for other products. That's now one way for them is simple. Of course, some does not to plastic. You can even meet the gardeners. Now they take them, they make a manure or plant. Other ways they give. Like for instance, inside Calbaton, because me not like dirty too much. I not like dirty. So like I mean, make one group where we call ourselves Friends of SierraEye. We gather people in, me not be the only female among them. We'll be the go do the job for raise fund, for let we able for give tokens so that they will help for clean the place. No, that's how they do. Yes. Every Saturday they go out. Sunday we go on body job. So we get envelopes. We go clean people they compound them. Whether we group for, whether we will span for, then money they will keep them. After Saturday cleaning, we give everybody you took money. So we'll be plenty. We do on that say we buy land na Zion. In the place they will be try for build an institution. Yes.
It's not the same idea going for
And that's how the one.
the council.
Yes.
So that you will raise more money and address
Yes.
issues. All right, well, thank you so much. I'll give Madam Akisoya a chance of right of reply because some of the things they didn't say they get for leadership.
Okay.
But that's not a come to you. But that said, why is it that I'll give 2 minutes for response to this and probably consider this criticism against you in terms of drawing a distinction between February now and February and 5 years before. People they say that because you not set systems in place for absorb the shock even after you. So that you just let no more, the thing collapse.
No, no so have collapsed. System is something where you either choose to run with them or you choose to abandon them. There's a question of it collapse. Person will say, and no longer they take the guys that for sweep, they stop them. Also collapse, they collapse, so then a decision. But coming back to the point about the market, and the market cleaning, and the cobweb and anomaly markets, the cleaning with
All the markets there.
Okay, Siri. Wait till I want to let you understand. Let me talk about this because it's very important. One thing, as I say earlier on, one thing we will not forget, when I come in 2018, that 500 and we pay na the market. That only Freetown, we normally pay 500 per day. All aside upline of 1,000. Now we engage the traders that we sit on a round table. I said, what's happening? When I call is to 1,000. In return, me the ensure say when our markets and clean. Waiting at the challenges they actually happen now in practicality in terms. So go to market, then vehicles them where they go clean the market. You got to choose one market a day or one market at a time. As a city, you get responsibility for 42 markets. And you get issues like petrol go from 6,500 to 21,500. Revenue, the local tax we talk about, now 5,000 loans per person for the entire year. We need to be really cognizant of them things they are. This house as so, Mr. Kasim, you say you look to government for finance for do this cleaning. Let's tell you, say within June now, this allocation for 2023, government not pay 1 penny to council yet till this year. And in last year, now 50% of the budget come. But I've been built, that's not the fact. I've been building revenue base of council to the point where council own revenue relative to government. From when I come, I've been 68% in 2018. 2019, we bring that down to 50%. So government in money versus council in money. By 2020, government money don't be 33% of the total budget. By the time I reached 2021, I've been 26%. When I left in 2022, government in money vis-a-vis council money, I've been 17%. So we build the base, the revenue base of the council. But you, like how you run your home, when prices then they go up. This is not the council where we've been there, not the old building. We able to come into the new building. It's wonderful for Freetown. Everybody loves the new building. But the new building, when we start, EDSA bill was 374 million.
Just one question, Madam Mayor. Much as the time don't wrap up, I'll give 1 minute.
Yeah.
For tell whether this the new city hall, the building, whether it is good for revenue as it looks, or it eats a lot of money for sustainer. In 1 minute, please. Yeah, in 1 minute, the latter. And I will give you EDSA as an example. EDSA, we bill where we come. The first year was 374 million. By the time I left, we EDSA bill have been 2.15 billion. Per month? No, for the year. Oh, okay. For the year. But look at that. Then how much the billion they bring in terms of revenue? It's under $1 billion. It's under $1 billion on an annual basis because we get 3 tenants. That come back to you on that. I don't want to make them wrong. I can't think off the top of my head, but I will come back. I will come back to them. But what I can tell you certainly is that what I do so na EDSA no more. The building is expensive to run, but we must maintain them for the pride of Freetown. You need to increase the rents? So when you sign a rent agreement, you can normally get for at least 2-3 years before you're able for AC rent. So very good landlord. Some people they get host they can just increase the rent. No, not by contract. Not by contract. And we tenant them, audit services say, now we maintain them. Okay, I can't one other area where we feature a lot. And I think Madam Leader mentioned a small bit. I don't know it's not Kasim in your take on this. And honest to God, are they talking as a resident of Freetown, as opposed to as a moderator for this debate? Sometimes I drive around Freetown, virtually every street gets a garage. They must kind of come out and park on the streets. Mm-hmm. And then see Alexander entitlement. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's not entirely, I would imagine, within the purview of the Freetown municipality for control. Mm-hmm. Kasim, how you going to ensure that garage on the streets then? Not the day. Without relying on the central government.
Yes. Mr. Umar. Even the I call them the Metropolitan Police, the way Madam Akisoya gets, they get issued in garage there. Okay. That's a good point. He might go. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Hello? Yes. Then police are away, Madam Akisoya again, they get issued.
The council police.
Yeah, get issued. Because ultimately, me also, I don't do on several occasions where the police are they meet motorcar, they make motorcar on the streets. Now money they take. So until we see them go, they make the attempt until they take the spanner, 1, 2, 3, you give them 20,000, that ends everything. So how things go cut? It will continue no more. They didn't make the arrest properly. Where at the end of the day, until they take the issue to the council, we will make. I believe if they set that precedent, the 1, 2, 10, arrest 1, 2 motoka, or they can't tow 1, 2 motoka, go back and say because of the make this motoka in the street. Take her from me. That's a good example. But a bribing, then believe no more for letting give them small tea. When they meet in the open motoka in the street, they give them small tea.
So what do you go do for ensure say
I think
alleged corruption?
You get for reinforce the police them because the police they go out there for do the job. They reinforce them.
How?
But who is
In terms of the number or the pay?
No, not to the number, not to the set precedent, set examples. So until 1 or 2 we go catch, and that corruption day, right? Fire them or you do 1, 2, 3 we go make them know say this will not for do again. Believe you me.
For claiming.
On the spot. On the spot. If you do that one, they say 1, 2 people don't know. Is this salon people them?
But you get labor laws that will protect every workman. You just can't grab and sack and summary like you got to go through the due process.
But we don't corrupt.
No, you got to go through due process.
Now they can make sure say when are the employees, these are things the way this cover the I call them. I never tell you say if they catch you on this,
Somebody
this they
dismiss her.
yes, this they make them dismiss you from the job.
So the person will sign that.
Yes, and the agreement.
The employment contract with the
Contract. If at all you don't accept, then we'll take you on the job. And all now one job today, and this country, all now one job. Majority of people they suffer for job. So if you don't accept, you don't sign that contract, they say if we catch you and bribe in a street, where only your or card in a street. It's very simple. Me like I can feel uneasy why they sit down there. It happened to me. When we want to broke down. This is why they talk me. I talk reality because me it happened to me. Example to me. On 1, 2 occasions, they get one motor we get issue, right? Police they come then, metro police and police then they come, yes, and okay, bro, okay,
all right.
So I change. Really change.
Okay. I come to the mayor because I see it going for respond at some point, but I think this is very important. In January of 2018, when we get this inaugural debate, where Madam Akisabi aspire for going to council as a mayor, I remember we discussed the same issue of street garages, and you were very tough responding. Yeah. What happened in the last 5 days?
I found out what the law was. So to this, the one term where Kasimi answered being forbid the central government. Because in actual fact, when you look the Local Government Act of 2022, anybody, or even 2004, anybody feel free for go look them, you go come find out, say, the city council no get anti street garage. You know what I get them? SLRSA. Bizarrely, na Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, not a mandate. And they regulate garages, street garages. So if you see city council police, they go around that area there, then unauthorized activity on them. But I can assure you, say
that's I don't know now.
Yes. And I can assure you, say
no for real. Why I don't know that now? Why
no, Kasim, wait. No. This year where you the same. This year where the same. For start posting without notice. I want to tell you, say when I can council, I meet legal case them lined up for me. When previous mayors been don't sack people them without going through that due process. But now I'm at, I sack you. And can you go court? And then you end up paying millions because of that. So when it comes to the Met Police, I want to let you know, say, we bring in external advisors, we bring in outside people, them, ex-police officers, even from other countries. We do training for improve, we bring all kinds of systems, but as I said before, just to give you a sense, you say, if the foundation or the way you go, things will happen, it will fall. I want to say again, now a decision political will. For example, in order for improved accountability and the delivery of staff, you know, if I've been a councillor, me bring in that clock in where you put your finger, where you arrive at work. So that person go, we go know almost the clock you come, we go know almost the clock you go. Ask me what's happened to that system from where I left. You know the. Wait till I say Kasim.
So what do you do then? If they
I don't
sabotage
left. I
them,
don't go.
was it shortly before you left?
It's shortly before I left. It was one of the last things that we will be able to put in place because, as I've been mentioned, I said the salary bill of council like 800 million for a month. It's a billion. 800 million for a month. And all of a sudden they pay people their high salary. You know, it was like basically down to minimum wage, but minimum wage was so low now relative to cost of living, not a living wage. So I've been asked, we actually bring in HR people then for do a study, an analysis, and harmonize salary. At least some men say from where I can this 15 years, one day I not get increase. So let we look on my qualification, we look on my experience, and we try to make things that are fair. But for let we do that, it take 3 years because of resistance. In the end, we do them. And as we do them, I say, we're not going to make this increase, we not get good performance management. So let me bring this system to at least everybody feel obliged. Say we know who say they come, who say they go, and everybody know waiting that they do during the working day.
All
But
all right, thank you very much. So I want to ask about another thing we identify with and the things that we are thinking say the ex-mayor for address. And I want for you tell me what's going to be a solution. Street begging and street trading.
okay.
What's in the video about this and how you think so for addressing?
Street trading. Yes, we all want to do that out of the street, but they don't, and the two parties there, APC and SNPP, because they can vote and they allow them people there for sell at the streets than I want to. The way they don't get the vote, they now send people there off the way they get enough fear. So with me, they get to do reconstruction of marketplaces there. You go to other African countries, then put the marketplace level. For instance, like Abacha. First floor can be materials than they sell. All will be material supplies. So because people the way they sell on the street, why ask why you not sell on the street? Because if you say if I 2 days I don't have first to get the customer. So you all the inside to not go get sell. So we look at and say they make an level like even if you go Nigeria Debate or Senegal sell. The first floor, if not fabrics that they sell, all be fabric. There's not cubicle, small store. Then put you know, say all this floor and material. Second floor, if not toiletries, everything are toiletries. The third floor, if not whatever we see the England sell a Abacha, shoes, whatever, then put an up there. Then a one thing. Then secondly, if not the marketplace is like for instance, I go Calbaton for one small, I go there Bafa, Shaku markets, now they get. No public toilets, no nothing. If you like a 1950 system, then they pass. So if they reconstruct, they make it back into a level where they say, because all man for buy fish and meat. Fish and meat would then at the last floor. Then, if they go claim, because all man for put fish, beef, and then at the soup. So you go then at the last, and crab. So you go then at the last unit. So they no balance, I go by and one floor. Then I pepper the other thing there. Then go there in one floor. So I believe, say, when you do that in there, then consistency. Because go sit today, like where if APC they want votes today, they left all night. SLPP wants tomorrow, then like they play the people and toss and win there around like their tools. You know, but I feel safe consistency there at the end of the day, where they don't make all their markets and they will enforce her. Then put her in a way, don't make it forget time. If they don't put that there in place, and because what they lack, that the government, the all side, municipality now, central or consistency, not in Freetown. When they start something, they see 2 minutes, 1 month, the system die out. So another they make the person when they're in charge, if you say they sabotage, but no, now they say they sabotage themselves. It's street begging.
Street begging. And let me tell you what I asked about street begging, and if you check in the letters of come, You didn't na dot com. Na they say.
I didn't born all over it.
So you see all these bands and them. So in the last, particularly the last, I think 2 years or so, you get dozens of beggars wearing a Kisi Road. Some are they use as an host. And
then
they
they sleep, they get bed camp.
How you they fix that?
I believe say like that one will come with central government for shelter for people there. Because one way you look at back, employment's no day for youths there. Because now the beggar man are not old people again. Now young folks then they beg now. Now but who gets for? Then they show you everyone and beg, hey, look me so and go for treatment. All that the new system now. So I believe say if like them, because like them where they do them drugs, where they bigger on the street. So I believe say if they create job for them and try for empower them, sensitize them again with the streets begging. I believe say then build shelter for them because most of them are homeless. Then they come back with the central government because the Kisi Road exactly by Trinity School.
But Kisi Road, it's all observed, correct me if I'm wrong. Then it not happen incremental like every year, then they grow up. Then just all of a sudden they come from somewhere.
From last year.
They came from somewhere.
I don't know those villages that go on from last year. If you begin from Trinity School, say you go all the way straight down Kisi Road. Then from if you say they give 5 million, they go begin give 10 to the end.
Would they come to this at some point? Because I think it's one of the key things that will be addressed by the next occupants of the mayor's office. Because I think it don't turn Kisi Road into an eyesore, to be honest. Like Mayor of Freetown don't become an eyesore. That was our main artery. Apart from the new bypass we don't build now, that's the main road. One person left now for talk now, Lillian.
Yeah.
Lillian, I don't know if you don't observe this, you don't observe. Now, when we part some kind of Freetown the last 2 years out of observer, where somebody they build those, in building material, granite, sansa, all the main road in the campus.
Yeah.
And they say like, say,
Yes.
nobody's taking an action.
Yes.
So what do you go do if you're a mayor of Freetown for example?
If me a mayor, if God make I be mayor of Freetown, anybody who put in building materials, the road, who say Motukale will pass on us, these people in passage, and they bring come Motukale, they build all in the lawsuit. You don't go use that. I don't go, you're gonna call send up police, and you take time and go put some for government use. And that's how we do.
All right. And what's an idea about this street begging as well?
Well, the street beggars, waiting on your view about them, how to help them. Because they want to be some there, like you pull in a street, you give them money, they go there back. Some they don't be part of their lifestyle. They're not going to do without begging. Some they're not homeless, so but they don't be part of them. But like me, if I be mayor, waiting I will do, I will pull all that streets.
Karen goes.
I will go fence side for them. So you have not say you young, when you're not old. I defend work for you.
Fair work for them.
Yes.
It's a very tough promise. If you win, go.
If I win, you will not old. I defend work for you. You will assist say you know able to work. You really get issue where you know able to do anything for yourself. I dey cry to NGOs for let them help you. If you get speaking way strong, or you get somebody who will take care of you, for business, they come here and believe in business. They do business for take care of you.
All right. We don't conclude this round.
Can I just reach you and beg you? One thing.
No, I don't want to go now for react now. I'm not talk on this round. I'll come back to it later on. But I want to come now to the audience. Because of the limitations of the technology, whoever we identify who can ask questions, kindly make you work fast, like come at the podium here. So that the camera will capture the person. Yeah? 1 minute. Nobody asks questions for more than 1 minute. And then after the questions, the panelists are going to respond to them. And that is, unfortunately, we'll go for dark in the room. For that, the camera go well up there. Which means, I don't know if it's going to clear it when I use one, but I'll see. Any questions? I don't see 1, 2, 3. So I'll start with this one. Sorry. You're next. And we are next. So is it mic on?
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. I think I'm so impressed by candidates for the position of the chief of Freetown. And I've been saying this in a high time for whoever county, because not all, every somebody says something who is the income. I wasn't impressed by him. I'll definitely say that. And the question entirely goes to Mrs. Yvonne. You have a better chance in these elections. And your party, APC, has mostly been successful in winning this seat. Should you or your party be blamed, if not entirely, but substantially, for challenges? And what should we expect this time? And also, I would like to hear some of the development we've achieved, of which I'm, of course, definitely naming some of them, and what, of course, we are to also expect. And to me, and also, all the problems are persistent. Like we've named them poor drainage, poor transportation, street trading, child traders, even in the wee hours, we see children in the street, so on and so forth. Deforestation, poor planning, and main city. Honestly, even some of the problems there, even in imagine towns and cities, we see the problems for don't tackle this. The problems they are still.
Okay, 1 minute is up.
So what can you do?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, the man in the glasses. Yes, this one is second and he is third. I'll come to it. Yes.
Hello. Good evening. I want to ask a very simple question to Ms. Momi, and I want to say thanks to all. And yes,
Okay.
very simple question, but please don't get me wrong.
Oh, no.
All right? With all your brilliant things that we call for develop the city, which is very good, and we hope if you come in favor, let's assume if you lost the election, you will join the one way we will develop the city, or go back to develop it. That's for you.
Okay.
Then secondly, to our mommy, you had 5 years in the office. The audience may want to know your most challenging moment you had in the office, and maybe what will be, or how will you overcome those challenges and want to work well for the city. Regardless the problems we are facing, the street cleaning, and as well as the garbages we have all over the city. What will you do? Or what would the conviction to give us as Freetonians? Thank you very much.
Before I want to ask some funny question, but interesting. What's me go ask my second up Creole? Where they ask you on a panini? It's okay, I just a joke. I just speak for. It's okay. I just allow that.
Thank you.
You are English.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a sharp one, short one. To be former mayor, I watched one video the last time where one of the diaspora brought up from America, and in front of you, he said you don't bring a cable car to this country. And as a mayor, you have to be honest to your supporters, and you support that particular brother. You laugh at the innocent people. For me, that was a really dishonesty stuff he did. You know, that's my last question. So go to Kassim. Brother Kassim, I know you for so long. For now, you are a very honest brother, and I wish you all the best to you back yourself.
Thank you very much. So let me take notes. One more here.
Thank you very much. I think the main concern that the tribal retreats, I say this because we turned on makeup of several times now. Some of we natives then, but they want me to because they want to go Canada. They don't be practice law. So already I don't have freedom. So that accommodation of other tribes and other than the Creoles, they're very, very critical, right? And I allude specifically to an incident where former mayor, he made in camp public and all the positions there. So my own question, not only to the former mayor, but to all the candidates, how we ensure, say, we harmonize all the different voices that we have in Freetown, whether we form a strong capital way cosmopolitan, where they cater for all viewpoints. Because very recently, I watched one video where somebody was saying, oh yeah, we understand the history, we understand what's our want, but very importantly, we want a capital city when like a melting point. How every one of them will ensure say we Freetown now like one pot.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry, from a lady, otherwise I was going to my left, but she's the first female, so that's fine. Please identify one person, preferably.
Everybody. Josephine Fonikimbo. So the former mayor, you have done well. I just want to ask if you have allocated more dustbin, because we all know say the dusty money. Like, have you allocated more spaces for dustbin? Because if I can recall, when I don't gather the dustbin, like I remember they said they be doing national cleaning. But if you don't gather the dustbin, if it takes days, like 2-3 days, for let the dustbin all go from the city. So then for it's a suggestion, like you say you want for the upgrade for different markets them. I will suggest if you not be upgrade like a open place like this, where possible can like this store, a certain store for certain things, another store for another thing, another store for another thing. So that is my suggestion.
Thank you.
Thank you. So one more here that will respond, and then we'll come for the second batch. Don't worry, we'll go behind small, as much as time go permit we.
Thank you very much. Very impressive candidates. I really enjoyed it. Just one simple question for all of you. The mayor role not to one impossible. Okay, so I want to know who that they want to choose as now make them and why.
Thank you very much. So they pause here, then they respond. Yeah, ensure say the next round no can decide where questions don't come out. We'll go behind, so not go feel so forget, yeah? I'll start with SierraEye.
Okay. Mayor question, we ask if I don't win. Well, it depends. Now God gets winning. Now God gets somebody. No, that is if we can get to win. But the case happens, it all depends if whosoever is going to be the city mayor want to work. We can already have a vision. This is not my first time doing the cleaning and everything. I've been working since 2016. So my vision, my dreams, everything will still continue because this is not just about me. Freetown is way bigger than me. So this is about Freetown, my Freetonian people. So I'm going to still continue my journey.
Then they ask questions to all of Una, where like the melting pot for like every ethnic group where inside Freetown feel a part of Freetown for build the city. How you go ensure that happen if you win?
If I win, because that's another thing, because especially when it comes to the mayoral side, you go either say a Creole man in president, but not common as somebody in village, not Freetown born. It's not part of the constitution, okay? It's just the same two-party, APC and SL people that are trying to doctrinate, maybe people let them think, say, they now Creole position. But as I say, I think so we all know one. That's the one thing I believe. Because in Freetown, we believe we serve as Africanism. We don't know about tribes. You know, hardly even call for say Creole country, we cannot believe in those tribal things. But this is all about education. Maybe if they add part of the history of Freetown, a topic there, because sometimes education starts from when you're young. Not the way possible, or you teach us certain things. So now from the next generation, and if I begin teaching at school, say, we're all the same, because you know, easy right by the melting point for grown-ups there, for say, it go happen automatically. Now the person no go sugarcoat them. But I believe if they start for teach people at school, say, we see ourselves as one, because that's what we do. Because one in Freetown, when I be grow up here, we religion tolerance, tribe tolerance, we celebrate Pray Day, we Christmas, If you don't mean no to soya, you go see me say get me suit with the pana with the Igbo. I get my friends on a create where they cook pepper soup or food to the go eat. Where they can. So I believe say then there's all this politics. Now you can bring all this deviation come in between. So now the political aides then and then force them for educate back because now they need lectures. I believe say the next one if those presidential debates and go even add and follow be a part of you before you contest for presidential election, you're supposed to take a debate. And whatever you promise, they will hold up to that with the word. So I believe if we educate with people in our school, from when they're young till then they begin old, because from the days that the people that are born in the 20s, they meet this partinomics, then partinomics of the world. So you can teach them from when they're small till then they're big. Then the things the way we be learn when we grow up in the 90s, then self go learn Boko farm, because a culture, because you watch that they lack culture, they lack so many things. I'm listening from schools.
All right.
Because the woman they're all day in the streets, all day they sell. So time now they follow the educate them picking on certain things.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Admittedly, me and also be free to pass what I can college.
That's what SierraEye like that.
Now, so na college can be free to just for disclosure. Yes, Madam Yvonne, your response to the questions.
I think that's quite a number.
Yeah, get quite a number, yes. So in fairness, instead of 2 minutes, I'm going to give you 8 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Because you get a lot of questions.
All right. The very first gentleman we come, he talk about the blame. If the parties then for blame. But before I even go to you, and that's something we sister SierraEye say, well, I just want to pick up on. SierraEye, no, now I want to assure you say, we it come to street trading. For me, not a question of playing with people then. Now, question of practical solutions then. When
is the development cost money. It is easy for us to talk things there, but it's very important to know how we generate this money for doing the things that we talk about. When we don't sit as council, we want market, or we don't be able to afford to build them all. Maybe we do a PPP. We get 9 markets. Don't look them up. Put an NPPA, where you will see, say, we submit bid for letting partner with private sector developer for build 9 markets. We do the survey, we do the plans, we do the business plan, and we put it out for tender. We get 3 companies that we come forward. The one we win in the end, it can't disappoint me. But another
economic situation of the country changed very rapidly. So wait till we not put, say, we're able to do, you find out say able to do them. So I want you know, say, we get all intention. Silver grounds market was 90% done in 2018. Central government, don't that market they under investigation. 5 years, that market still not complete. But from the council perspective, this is not something we committed to and we go do. You ask, you ask, not to you, the gentleman asked specifically about all the issues. Let I explain something. We're very, very necessary for let we all understand. This question of collaboration, not just a willingness for collaborate, now also a question of waiting the legislation say. If you run a city, I know say a lot of the focus of this conversation is about sanitation, but let's say what's your biggest and most important tool for urban management, now building permits. You talk about possibly put, when they build, and put the tortilla, they put the sand, they put the gravel. In almost any side where we know, if you want to build, you first get to go to the council. Now there you go take permits. Not the Ministry of Lands go give permits for the whole country. And the Local Government Act of 2004, they make that function, they devolve. Because if you responsible for a city, if now this is not the city, then you don't know who they build. Then build here, then build here, then build tonso, block gutter, block this. Not really give permit to, but when you don't give permit for the one way block gutter, when flooding come, now you then they call. When you not give permit for the one way go build uphill, who side motocano they go, who side dirty not go be collected. When they give them dirty at the water sign, now you then they call. So you see the importance for building permits and land use planning devolved to the local government. In the 2018 manifesto, New Direction Manifesto, let me say inside 1 year, recognizing all these issues, then we'll devolve all them functions. Unfortunately, it did not happen. Instead, the Local Government Act of 2022 re-centralized that power there. So that's now one major issue. Child traders, you talk about child traders. I want to remember, say there's a place called the Ministry of Social Welfare. And when you can counsel so many things, where we assume now saying a council responsibility, but the Local Government Act, now in the talk, waiting at council, then the ministry is waiting at the ministry. So we come to child trading, not to 20 way day. But that question about picking them in the street, now make one of the vision, for build nurseries in the marketplace. And if you go Congo Water Market now, you go meet nursery where they're not there for 2 years. The market woman, then they're picking them when they come to the market, they're picking and they go to school. And a high quality education from Nania nursery. Then somebody say, waiting at the most challenging moment in office. I want to come back to that under the left and last. The gentleman will talk about cable car. The gentleman will talk about cable car. Excuse me, sir. Now you ask about the cable car. You say it was disingenuous. I want to tell you, say, when he say he don't bring cable car come, what it mean? It don't mean say the cable car they under operation. It means say I don't bring the cable car come in as much as we go through, first of all, a pre-feasibility study. We successfully secure through the C40 Cities facility, Mina, a vice president in C40 Cities, we secure $800,000 for the full feasibility. As I talk to you now, sir, we get a team now, Freetown, now GIZ, we get a team now Germany, where they work full-time on that project day, on the feasibility study. They launch them now council in June. They go to Germany camp. Just last month.
On that,
yeah.
You agree say what's he say and what's so different?
Well, he say they don't bring and come.
Yeah, exactly.
Me take and say, it means say you don't bring the concept come. Me not say.
Hold on, please.
Sir,
Hold on, please.
I will tell you what me understand.
We will not see the full video. Was there any point to clarify him? We will not see.
No, what he say to me, something that because me know it in there, me know it in the reality. But obviously, with all the free tongue, if cable car is flying at the city, we don't go see him. He's no craze for talking. He meant he obviously instead din at home. He knows, and we know. I even introduced him to the GIZ team last month. The institute, and you can look this up. It's not hard to do. Google it, sir.
So I can go to the next point.
Okay, but just quickly for tell you say, we're so blessed. We're so blessed because the full feasibility study we complete March 2024. We don't already get an impact investor. We don't come on board for work with the team for finance them. But you know, don't they? The American Institute of Architects take upon themselves for letting give pro bono the design of the stations for the cable car. They don't do the report, and I can share with you. In fact, what I'll do is after this, I'll put on a page that you see. So when he say we don't bring cable car, he means there's a process underway. We're very, very strong to make the cable car update in 1 minute's time. To me, I find them incredulous. I find them incredulous. Say anybody go imagine, say, the man the talk, say, the team they operate now, you know? Then the next thing, tribal rhetorics. And Augustine, I'm really grateful, say, you bring up this point. This is a point we don't come up over and over again. And now a very, very important point you bring so. I want to say, as I don't say several times, say, the words that we've been attributed to tribal slur from me, being totally taken out of context. Tribalism, not just something where they come up as a statement, now a way of life. And by you go know a person, but who that's they around them and about how they live. You see this here about Freetown? We all are Freetonians. This is our city, all of, and we create them. As my sister, I have a lovely younger sister who is really into history. But they've been there before, because remember the history, then we come out in different parts of Africa, then go to the Americas as enslaved people, Now then come back. So every Creole gets side to side comments, and me do me DNA. Last year, no, 2 years ago, I do my DNA test in 2021, and I get the certificate from Ancestry.com, which shows say on my papa's side, me na Fulani from Guinea-Bissau, and on my mama's side, me na Yoruba from Nigeria. So we all promote, we all na one. So me not see any. You know, I want to assure you, say one of the things we are do as mayor, that is 230 celebration, that cultural parade, where everybody come with all their costume, their music, their dance. And this is something we are going to make an annual event. And I also to bring back lanterns.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So now quickly, yeah, I think we'll not get much time, and we'll get a lot of questions from online at the camp, if time permits me. But just quickly, lots of the questions here, I don't ask them already, but just so that the candidates can go take notes, all right? And as a matter of fact, these two have got to respond as well to the questions that may come about. They infuse them all because we don't get time. Bankole Theodore Ture from Lagos, Nigeria. He said, how can the next mayor ensure that street trading is integrated into the CBD without affecting the livelihood of these traders and their sustainability? Yeah, then Idrissa Conte say, how do you plan to involve the ordinary citizens into the decision-making process of the municipality? And I think this is very important in terms of engaging community people and what the council wants for do, yeah? Then Suleiman Selassie, if to all of you, if you are elected mayor of Freetown, what will you do to reduce or eliminate occasional street trading and garages? What do you think is more important for the city right now? Building new homes and commercial space, or rehabilitating or expanding, better utilizing existing homes and shop fronts? Dana Florence Amara. Quickly, because we don't get time, George Shadrach Kamanda, what do you think about sanitation in Freetown? Of dealt with that? If elected mayor, what 3 steps will you take to put our city on a firmer and more accountable financial footing to effectively carry out its operations and deliverables? I go one and I also take this note because when I always talk about things that involve money, this person they ask say how we going to ensure to raise revenue for address them particular issues indeed. What concrete measures? Okay, Mamadou Sani Barry from Frobe College. They say in an effort to revitalize Freetown, Mayor Akisoya initiated the ambitious Transform Freetown project. Unfortunately, according to Mamadou, the city has been plagued by numerous disasters in recent years, such as devastating floods and unbearable levels of noise pollution caused by rapidly filling bomb dump sites. If re-elected in the upcoming term, what solutions will you bring forward? The noise pollution question comes from at least three different people. Say Freetown, very noisy. Garage de Alaso, this is the megaphone, they sell, stop up. They mention all them in there.
Don't forget the church and the mosque.
And if somebody mentioned the church and the mosque as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Mahmoud Kamara say, what specific plans do you have to address the poor sanitation with that? Sheikh Hassan say, what action against those who deposit trash into our drainages? And I think the mayor said we about increasing number of municipal police. Yeah. So I wonder how many we'll get or how many we need. Is that a study as to how many we really need? Because somebody just today or inside got away in the camp, you go clog up somewhere. Somebody should be in these communities. They get councillors and they. How do they work for insurance and check them, watch them? You understand? And report those things for take action against people. And even the tribal headmen as well. This is what I get time for. A lot of questions, interesting, but these are the questions that we'll get right now. Quickly, when I go respond to another and see if we get time for continue. I will give each of una 3 minutes. Timekeeper. Yes, Mr. Kasim.
Maybe I forgot about the question.
They're out. They're out.
Yeah.
They say nobody listen.
All right, they say they're out. Nobody listen. So I come to you. Lillian.
Yes.
Lillian.
Yes.
What do you give us to the questions that they asked?
also one for answer.
Well, all of them, because they basically ask general questions to now. Once we go discuss, now come to Mayor Kisoya.
Okay. Somebody say, if for street trading be integrated into the CBD. So for make I explain, which I believe say I understand by that. If you get countries them who say street trading, now you get legitimate street trading, pedestrianized roadway, they don't say yeah, na market, like Borough Market, for example, in the UK. So I guess what they try for say is how we go do that one day. Well, they're going to trust you for no. Say one of the things them where we were not able to secure with financial support from the mayor of Zurich when I'm a company Uman, now a project where we call the CBD regeneration. And that one day, coming back to your point, so many things that we'll get to do in collaboration with the central government, namely SLRA, SLRSA, Ministry of Transport. That project, they need money, don't agree. We will try for agree on an implementing partner. Who side, we improve the pavements them, that is CBD, we put solar lights, green space, but we also go recognize, but we go get permission from SLRA, because we go say, yeah, go be a pedestrianized street. So to that person in question, we get plans and we don't design, but we go need for get approval, and then that project they go happen. Then somebody talk about participatory budgeting. Very, very important. If we have been listening where I start, I say one of the first things that I do now for engage 15,000 Freetonians. I don't say this is not part of the process of council, but I'm not sure say we don't ever do them to that extent, like how we've been doing them in 2018. But we not just stop there, because that's your first view, right? When we be introduce and I talk these two together, revenue. So much don't be said about revenue. When I can council, I can meet property rates. Now 37,000 properties, then we a council in books. And council in book, now in book, like as in paper, where then the right span. So the process where I introduce, digitize the entire system. You go see, say, we use satellite image over the entire city. We pick up every single one of the properties. We measure the roof lines, and then we take features. It takes me over 1 year for do that exercise thing. We end up with 127,000 properties now we books, but more importantly, or as importantly, the system digitized and payment no longer now by hand, now you do not, but now purely by bank. That ensures say you reduce leakage, but it also means say we increase with revenue universe, because you bring in there one day, we don't have Freetown, this almost here, we don't build a house, we don't ever pay tax. Of course, I've been get pushback. You know, besides this fact, say government stop, you even been get Freetonians, we've not been no use for pay property rate. But the same people then I go say the city dirty. Now the same people then go say una not the work. But you get for no say government, especially council, na a social contract. You the Freetonians, una for pay una part. We the city council, we for work for una, and then we for report back to una what we do. Therein comes this question of the participative budgeting. So one of the things that we decide for do, as just to get people into this, now before this was 2020, now in COVID time, we want to do town hall and tell people and say, by what we pass legislation at council, say 20% of the money we raise now you ward. Now only the people then for decide how for use them. But then COVID came. So instead of we do physical town hall, we do digital town hall via WhatsApp. And we get across the city now, when you do a pilot, 15 million. We just use them for tests. So that again, don't show say impossible. But I will tell you one of the challenges, I don't think counted a challenge. That possibly ask me say challenge. Are they able to say okay, well, let's quickly say the noise pollution. Noise pollution, complex. Why? Because now we and Sierra Leone police. And I think one of the big things we need to happen in this next administration, we need to believe, say there will be a change at the central level, is going to be for there to be harmonization of laws. Because this lacuna, gap, overlapping of here and there, it may become very chaotic. you know, in terms of the running of the city. Don't possibly tell me about beautification. Yes, I'm responsible for beautification in everybody's mind, although there's nowhere in the act that says beautification. But all I'm expecting, me as mayor, what for beautifying the city?
Okay,
but if you go now, St. John now, you go see big hole na the road. So, when outside and put pole, when they dig, they left it dirty. When they cut the bullet, you small.
We're not getting much time now, but
all right, but you get when I get the sense, wait till you say.
And I think I will ask Siri this question. Siri, this idea of noise pollution don't come up, not only in terms of top up, but in terms of religious houses. And then said that you're not in the cause. For response to that, I want to ask you one question again. Maybe this could be a revenue earner. If you be mayor, you can say in Freetown, certain times of the day, we say you get church them particularly, but also mosques them, but because they park in the public streets. You consider for charge them for use that road day, then bill not for go worship. Now for all pass. But then you go park, they block the streets for find them some money for the pay for park day.
Yeah, because the reason is, there comes to go the central government, where they say that they give ministerial position to Ministry of Lands, will not even study environmental or anything but land. That's not one thing. So then just they appoint. That's why I see that they do the government there. Now only in Freetown they see that they appoint Minister of Health. When I didn't get, just because I get PhD, they get a position, say a Minister of Health, only in the city of Freetown. So
not country or minister, not for.
No, what I mean, only I talk about the health-wise, the city now are becoming an army day force, the Freetown, not apply it. But with the Ministry of Lands, because even only in Freetown, you see, they build 5-story church inside residential area. Because one, then 2 parties here, the people that they give the Minister of Health, so Minister of Lands, Minister of this, people don't vote because again, they love the country, vote because they love the scholars. So that's why all this now the main thing with the disturb with city. Because then just they appoint, because this person they don't donate it, but so he makes so they don't even think twice to give the positions then to the right people where they're supposed to go for run with country. That's another thing. Once I will be the SSB for Madam Aki for the tax when they talk about money, it will shock you for say the tax collectors they collect twice a day, 1,000 in the morning, 1,000 in the evening. And secondly, the market days. Because me, I can go in disguise to the marketplaces there. Not all man know me. So I always dress like OG, you know, wake up, go and mingle, because they like for mingle with the low class people and at the slum and the market. It will shock you back for say the market woman there, or maybe you know, you act like you don't know. The market woman then, and then they pay 3,000 leos for clean them dirty back. Now then they pay 3,000 leos for clean and dirty. So you look at it, then they pay 5,000 leos a day. So in that case, why you not just they make the...
So that 3,000 are to the council or an internal arrangement?
The council. That's why because the municipality is not doing their job. Because when they don't do their job, the youth boys then, they get youth chairman. Now then they pay them 3,000 leos a day too. Once they pay the 3,000 leos, so now then it's trash, dirty business kind of the city. Because the municipality they fail with. Because one, when they pay the youth chairman, then they pay the 3,000 euros. The youth chairman, they pay them dirty bobo there. Then say, as net current camp, they look them big gutter, then go dump the dirty inside it. Now, so them big gutter, they also catch all them boku dirty here. Because what you do, there is no follow-up system when it comes to the Freetown City Council mayor. The thing is, yes, you have everything structural, educationally wise. But the groundwork is not there for Freetown City Council. The groundwork is not there. The councillors, they need to follow up. You have some councillors that don't even know what's going on in their community. They don't even know as they win, they move, they go west end. Then the market woman and they suffer. There is no public toilet places in these marketplaces. Where are the clean toilet? Where they clean the market? You will shock send a black bag woman that they use for do their things. Yes, black bag. Now the woman that they build toilets back inside the market. The community leaders there, not the council. This will be the first market that Madam SierraEye said and build. I wish you should have come to the east and renovate that money, renovate the eastern markets there and put toilets there. Will the first day under the people that suffer at the east with the marketplaces there, there's so much. You short sales along the market. Now one green toilets again and then the chairman bill and back. Bombay markets, Now the chairman Bila, Dove Court, zero, no market. Kawia, nada, no market. No toilet.
Okay, so I have to respond.
Sorry, it's under door. I can't tell you now.
So this is not fact.
Sorry, customer, not so just now.
Yeah.
So one of the things I want for you to tell me about. Hello. We're to talk about. Hello, can I have one room, please? Hello. Sorry, we're to talk about the issue of noise pollution in Freetown. And as I've been saying, a lot of the questions that we come here get to do with that. Not only because of the noise they generate around, but also because of the religious houses there. What do you think about that?
Well, as Madam Sierra they talk, the noise symbol could have free talk. Too much. No sign on in the street talk. In fact, when they pass by the street, they put to the talk. What you measure this now? Say top up. In fact, no sign on the way they go when they get that.
Your mic. Your mic.
Okay.
The second hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, carry on.
You understand? All sign on the street where easy. In fact, the residential area, no, they get pass to go western. If you do eastern, no residential, all sign are markets and noise. You see road, 5 o'clock, people are awake.
So how you go fix this? How you go fix something? I mean, the thing about early morning noise, if you mean the one that they go sell, now viability of the city around it. Maybe you need that. Then they grab, then they go inside motorcar, then they go. But then they point out particular about how they melt anything on the street, then guard, then they allow they make them sharp noisy things, and that's the point.
They measure
the religious houses.
They measure about the religious houses back on the streets. Very easy. Now for find them. Sure. We go now, other countries them. Now find the they give tickets. When they give tickets, you go pay, you know we do it again. So where you go, where you park your motor car, outside not supposed for park them. So the time when they come inside church, we come, you mix tickets, you go pay. I believe say that is the next day, no go back and again. If you want to go worship outside, or you want to go worship na any church, you go first. If the church don't get car park, you will let your car that you own.
So the person park in front of the church, on the street gather.
No, so if you park inside the church, on the church yard,
on the streets,
okay, na the street, you not supposed.
You go introduce tax.
Now we're fine because they are different countries there. They are tickets.
Okay, one question from the audience. Who that's now you going to meet? Tell me 1 minute. Tell me what you're going to meet.
You want to meet na Aminata, na Eleni, Aminata.
Who that him and why you choose them?
Well, na somebody we very focused. I believe say me to will work. Very, very focused. And that better children.
Thank you very much. Lillian?
Yes.
You want to tell about your own meet and why you choose them?
Yes.
Who that you want to meet?
The only mate na Asuna to Kabia.
Who in a woman?
Na Uma. Na Uma and na enough.
They come with you now. It inside the audience?
No, it not come because we get issues in our office, party office. Make it not come. And I know.
Why you choose them?
And I choose them because I believe say we will work with me.
You're not so 100%.
Yes. If in an hospital case, I would not inside the council, we'll be able to work with the people. And I make I choose them.
So what do you think? How do you think so I go work towards this noise pollution we they talk about?
Well, the noise. Not many councillors in the community. And they don't work that. But try to put a stop to that. Anybody where they meet the older loudspeaker, the other top up day, this day, they for all in hand. There you go.
All right. Thank you very much. So quickly, I get 1 minute right of reply to Madam Akisoya, and then we go wrap up. We'll take the closing. We'll not get time.
Okay. So I did reply to the point, say we're not going to do Wilberforce Market, we instead do renovations in the east. And I just want to say, as I mentioned, say we do 9 market bids, and then bids and they're still valid, and they go back, they will go back out for let me get partners. But besides that, on terms of the toilets, now process and our money, and I don't work on a project way, then you sign the contract now for 65 water kiosks and 15 public toilets. We're going to be built by the time we reach the end of this year, 15 public toilets. Concerning the water and market.
So whether or not you be the next mayor,
it will still happen, of course, it will still happen. So Lumley Market, for example, we get 90 markets. In the last, they were assigned for water connection. Guma connect water to them. Lumina one. We are left so assisted and not doing. Me personally, as a stakeholder, because not to think this way, I really believe say it will be done systematically. But because of that situation, me don't go pay for let the water go along me and 4 other markets, and I wait now for let Guma they make the connection. Then challenge with the toilet is also the water availability. So then 19 markets are all not for saying that they don't get toilet or now water not in there. So now we put the water toilet in along. I don't go there.
I said that chairman and Bila.
It don't matter.
No, but it matters.
Before me be the mayor. I mean the toilet day.
Don't say it don't matter. It does.
I mean the toilet day.
No, the balance how they make it.
Na chairman Bila.
Not to council.
Not for council. It matter important. Not council for Bila.
Mayor don't agree to not to the Bila.
I want to let you know, say, once I've been mayor in these 5 years, we not construct any new toilet, but we did in the process now. We don't take this amount of time for build 15. And in addition to the 65,
So,
and if I can't account,
no toilets are built.
no choice of build, but because it takes time to raise that kind of money. We had COVID in between. So we don't get the funding, we don't sign the contract, and the toilets are going to be built. So it happened.
Okay,
And wait till I forget. We built the Amaraya school, and actually right now, go now Susan's Bay, 6 days we've just complete.
So you don't say again.
I don't say again. I don't remember. But wait. I want no, that on. We biggest challenge. Okay.
We give him more time than anybody else here.
All right.
For response to the questions.
All right.
So what I'm gonna do now is, with time not done, I will give each of them. This debate was for 90 minutes. We don't go past 100 minutes. So I get them 2 minutes each for wrap up and left for now with them parting thoughts as to why you should vote for them. Yeah. All right? So 2 minutes each. Mr. Timekeeper, I'll start with you, sir. That's it. 2 minutes.
Okay. Let Alice say, I believe say me will be the best person to vote for.
Mike.
Okay. Me will be the best person to vote for the mayorship of Freetown. Why? Because Freetown, and any I look at it, I need some amount of discipline. For real, for put things in place, you need some amount of discipline. This is one of the things we make. In fact, this woman they talk about APC, SLPP. No two ways about this. I make them to government here. I God will help you no more. Because discipline not there. APC come, then get the people in the favor. We're going to the markets. The markets people are, as you want to learn in the next, we need to vote for you next, then I didn't balance. You don't understand. So if you discipline not there, trust me, you need to work like that. And me, I believe, I'm one of the people that we are busy. When I put me inside, definitely. It's all don't correct. Discipline is the one. You don't understand. Because this not so fun. This not so fun. I mean, somebody very disciplined. And they talk no more. I mean, somebody very, anybody know me, no tell say this man, when it comes to fun, like they make fun. But in discipline, I don't get problem. I mean, a man are disciplined. And Freetown need that kind of person. Well, I'm not just one talk, so say if I talk this now, a different thing, not doing that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Lillian.
Yeah.
Lillian.
Yeah.
I want you pitch yourself to the audience, to the voters. Why they vote for you? Inside 2 minutes, tell them why they vote for you.
And people, I want for them to vote for me. One, just like I say, I get passion for business. And we, the woman then, I believe, say, with the struggle and marriage, even though they were not married, but 90% we now they take care of food sector or beginning. And by doing that, I go and build a marketplace. We picking them back some then they will not get a job. I will make a way for them to get job inside Freetown. Yeah. Look, Moku boys then working there and then get us away. They can smoke, push, and so. And because they don't get work. Yeah. So now one thing that's where I get passion for, where I want for them to come out of that. When they left for the smoke, we go make way for them to get job. So you know, be saying they not land on some land, but they don't get the opportunity for them to work. And so not big opportunity for them to land. So they always go able to encourage them when they come out of that particular place there. When they say this somebody, yes. So I want for them to vote me in. They will see how many good guy, more than Akisoya. Akisoya vote with me. So I want them to vote me in.
Thank you very much. Even Akisoya, pinch yourself. Why did we vote for you for another 5 years?
Continuity.
Yes, because I get a plan, and I get a plan very comprehensive, really touch and address all the issues of the city. I get the competence, I get the passion, I get commitment to make a difference, and I don't make a difference. We talk about jobs. I don't create over 3,500 jobs. Not by motto, they're real people. You talk about the challenge of the city. One thing we not come up at all, we really have to be conscious of rural-urban migration. The population of the city don't explode. It don't explode. And the solution to that, not at the city level, not the national level, because investment needs to be made outside of Freetown. But at least if that be made, then Freetown forget the power for able for plan with urban space. The council need forget land use planning and building permit as a control, not only for the construction of residences and USA you go get residential zone, USA you go pull church, USA you don't go pull church, but also for protect the environment. We're very critical. One thing I think that I really get to touch on, because people that refer to councillors, and sometimes I don't know this for councillors. Councillors are not paid members of the government. Councillors are seen as policy makers when an allowance that they give them for attend council meeting. So much of waiting people, and they think, say the council for do so, the council for do so, we for no say, we didn't mix up with social contract because we did get it wrong understanding. And finally, the reason why I was saying is because in the last 5 years, I don't work under extremely challenging and difficult circumstances. Somebody asked, waiting on the most challenging moment, and saying, not waiting on the most challenging moment, but waiting and find out that the most challenging aspect of the structure of local governance, and it will be this, that the core team, the one way they call the core management at the council, not to be recruited by the council, rather than to be recruited by the central government. So if you find yourself as in a different political party to the central government, then the one way that they can put around you, when they send to you on transfer and recruitment, actually might not see the same side as you, okay, where can really bring challenge in the working relationship. But that notwithstanding, 5 more to do more.
I want to tell the voters the one vote for you in 2 minutes.
That's where I come in as an independent candidate. Because whenever one party wins, then they fix the other party. Because they are rivals. And other than they suffer, are Freetonians. So as an independent candidate, I believe say APC we know, SFP we know, they watch me, just a CC me come as an independent candidate. So they go ready for work with me. And secondly, we go for make changes, like then go for vote for me because why? We for do sanitation, poor sanitation at the city of Freetown. Marketplaces, toilet places there. Dustbin at every corner of the city of Freetown. Just like as I said, like oh bomb day, so we don't need for mobile, so they do a landfill. They'll bring the converter system whereby it will produce into gas and gas up this old city, let this blackouts they blow. That's another thing. That's another thing because blackout question for. Yeah. Then public toilets. We want to let the streets they smell good. But if you watch the city of Freetown, public toilets they're not there. Even if we able to build in some area, we get that to the called portable potty. That toilets where they move. So now they even a job employment for people there, whereby if you put on there, Somebody not go left again that toilet, they not pay 50 cents, go wait again at street. Because you can't tell them now, so not PC and that. Toilets not there. So we get for put toilets in the public places and at the old city of Freetown. Then we get for light up the city of Freetown. As far as I'm concerned, I don't light up over 20 communities there in the city of Freetown. Not just LED. I can name, go Facebook. If you go Facebook, look for SierraEye. I'm not going to name all because of right now in 2 minutes. SierraEye, you look at you see everything on my work, what I've done. So with that case, I believe I mean at the right person as an independent because they play with Freetonian people as too, because they love them two parties and they would have they suffer the next minute. Now Freetown people and they suffer. So as an independent person, when I vote not only but the one and only SierraEye, but this is not about the next election, but the next generation. With generations and they suffer too much. And then two parties they make with generations and they suffer big time. The beggar bokuna still stay because why and then two parties. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Me running mate, my young youth, they call him Lamin Mansare, because I believe in the young shall grow. He's less than 35 years old. He's a nurse and very talented somebody. So I choose him because I believe in young and I believe for give space to young people and for growth. So me running mate.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Alan Fortuna, thank you.
I will explain you later.
I want to say when I thank you.
No, we go catch up.
Lillian.
Now let's catch up later.
Lillian Kamara of the REFP, SierraEye Kaba, an independent candidate, Kasim Conte of the UDM, Yvonne Akisa of the APC. I want to plenty thank you for one joining us today for talk about what's on our plan for Dona Freetown. And I want to thank you to all my way help for putting this program together. The SierraEye Debate, where they be organized by SierraEye Magazine and ILRAJ, when I write-based organization, sponsored by Mercury International, Africell, Vicky Romeo Company, and Star TV. I want to left now with this my own part in thoughts. Freetown for being with all we own business. We don't see them consistently, whether you get the same party in a state house, the same party at the council, there has always been friction. It's not a matter of one party being here and another being there. And I think this is what should make the difference. Let me look ourselves as one people and ensure so we move forward and one municipality. Whether the party in a state house may end up forgets the municipality or not, it's completely irrelevant. When I come together, put we laws in together, harmonize them and pass them with the best intentions for this city and not with any political interest. Thank you very much for coming. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.